Hey, peace and blessings to you. Welcome to our second episode of Artist Impact Live, right here at the Youngstown Playhouse. We are featuring two-time Grammy Award-winning guitarist Paul Brown. The show is going to be great. We're going to bring you some highlights and interviews you're going to enjoy, so welcome.
I'm going to turn it over to the co-founder of Touch of Class Productions, Fritz Germain, who is extremely responsible for bringing live entertainment to the Youngstown Playhouse and to your community. Give it up for Fritz Germain, please.
I want to say thank you for coming out, and I also wanted to, Sharon and I wanted to thank you guys for coming out, and also want to thank our sponsors who have helped us in putting these shows together. On behalf of Charlie Staples and Big Boss, our exclusive hotels, Downplace Suites by Marriott and Springfield Suites by Marriott in Kentfield, our exclusive winery, Louvo Bella Winery and Brands, J.E. Washington Funeral Services, JLX Event Center, Michael Cole and Associates, 99.7 FM The Drum, The Kidney Group, Dr. Anthony Lanier and Family Medical Clinic, and the Buckeye Review. And also want to thank those persons that have personally engaged with us, also some families and friends.
All right, Youngstown, are you ready? Come on now, are you ready? All right, that's what we want to hear.
Louder. Come on now.
That's right. We want to hear some noise this evening.
And we're back with the second show with the producers of the show, Touch of Class Productions, Fritz Germain, Sharon Rae North, who is wearing an additional hat this evening.
I am.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Setting the stage on fire.
I'm gonna try.
So what's the difference when you are, again, because here's the tightrope you walk, I'm the show's producer, and now I'm going to be a special guest artist. Are there any different vibes that are coming from?
Well, yeah, I think the vibe is always different when you're performing than when you're doing something other than performing.
Yeah.
Your focus is different, your mindset is different, your vibe is different. So
you're putting most of the weight on Fritz tonight, so he's taking that weight,
tonight.
right?
It's on me tonight, yes.
We had a great show, Kim Waters, and now the amazing Paul Brown.
Yes.
Right? So how do you feel? The energy is on, the train is down the track, and we're moving forward. Any thoughts?
Well, look at it this way. The first show was a stepping stone. The second show, we have an idea of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And we're getting into the situation to where, you know what, let's just try to make this work. She's singing tonight, and I think it's going to be a great show.
It is
We're
going to be
looking forward to it, yeah.
Absolutely. So grateful for what you're doing for the city. Thank you so much. Many blessings to you both.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Okay?
Since we got that special flow, know that I'm not really into waiting. I don't stand in line. No. Patience is a great virtue. It's just not one of mine. See, I'm just a passion kind of woman. I cherish every moment. Got to have my time.
And I have the wonderful privilege of talking to Issa Folks. She is the lighting designer here. Look, you don't see anything on stage or probably in the audience either unless Issa says so. How you doing, dear?
I'm doing well, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So let's just ask you the hard questions right off the bat. How long, first of all, have you been doing this?
Got into this a little over a year and a half ago. When I got the job, so I kind of just started dabbling a little bit, and then once I got my feet really into it, I started doing more and more, so that's how I ended up here.
Have you ever acted? I mean, did you have a penchant for acting prior to getting on the other side of the stage?
When I was a kid, a little bit, yeah. I started out, was not sports inclined at all, so parents were like, I don't know, acting classes, and so I did that for a little while, and then when I got to college, I ended up getting a job in our theater as a work study, so doing all the set building and stuff, and a little bit of lighting. And then once I graduated, COVID happened. And then thankfully I got the job here, so now here I am.
So you've been here since 2020, basically.
Around 2021, kind of took a year off when, everything kind of closed down. But once things started opening back up, we started getting back into it. That's when I found this job.
Excellent. So tell me what a lighting designer does actually, formally.
Well, that's a pretty broad scope. So if we want to get into like the artistry of it, which is personally what I like to talk about, really what you're doing depending on what the show is. So talking in terms of this, which is the Jazz Summer Series, what you're really doing is setting a mood for it. You're kind of feeling the vibe of it and going with it. There are no set like cues or anything.
So you don't have a script?
No, I don't have a script. I don't have cues. I'm kind of just really like tuning in and feeling the vibe of the music and kind of just going off of that.
That's excellent. So with respect to the technology that you use to make that happen, you're working with a lighting board. How many lights are you controlling tonight?
Tonight, it's pretty small. It's jazz, so you don't want to go like super heavy, flashy or whatever. Not a lot of moving lights, because at the end of the day, you want the audience to focus on the music and the artists who are on the stage. So I would say we're probably working somewhere between 50 to 60 lights tonight. Nothing super crazy.
So artistically, let's talk about colors real quick. So what are you using it? Does jazz have a color first and foremost?
See, I always associate different things with different colors as well. However, like jazz for me, smooth jazz, it's kind of blue. Like smooth, calming and stuff like that. But it'll kind of depend on the vibe of the song, because obviously not all jazz is like smooth and mellow. Sometimes it ramps up, you know? So that's why color is super important with jazz, because if you want a romantic vibe, make the stage a little pink.
That's right.
If like they're getting fired up, you want to use a lot of like oranges and reds and really punch them. If you're getting a little moody, a little sad, then you can throw some blue in.
Excellent. Now here's the most important question of the evening. Are you a jazz fan?
I am a jazz fan. I love jazz. It's so much fun. It's so interesting. It's also so technical, too. Cool. It's crazy what these guys can do on stage with an instrument.
Absolutely. Well, I certainly appreciate your time, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
When the night has come, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long, babe, if you stand by me. Youngstown, come on! So darling, stand by me. Oh, won't you stand by me. Oh, please stand by me, stand by me.
And I am delighted to introduce this gentleman to you. Everybody should know him by now. I know him because I've tasted his food. This is Casey Pitts, Charlie Staples' pit boss. Come on, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Know how to throw down. That's how we're going to start.
Okay.
You know how to do it.
I hope I do.
No.
We're doing a great job right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and so
I'm blessed.
You are blessed, and your food is blessed, and you come to the situation where you have actually, for Touch of Class Productions, handled all of the catering.
Yes.
Tell me about that process.
Well, Sharon is a sorority sister of mine, so I was delighted to help out my sorority sister and, provide the food for this wonderful soul fest we got right here, jazz fest we got going on. So.
Now I hear that, because of course we were here last month and Kim Waters were here, and I heard a rumor that you had to almost throw him out.
Yeah, Kim and his crew, they was like, oh, we only got 15 minutes, we gotta go. What was that, about an hour later? He's still there, so.
That's great.
We had a great time. A great time.
My understanding, Casey, is that, of course, Charlie Staples has been a staple in the community for the longest time, but you've come in with just integrity and dedication, and you're really stepping it up, man. And we really appreciate you as a community for making that happen.
Yeah, Charlie had it for 50 years. I'm hoping to have it for another 50.
That's good. That's great, man. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for providing the catering that's so necessary for a for a show like this.
Oh, absolutely.
And for a series like
My
this.
pleasure.
We appreciate you, man.
My pleasure.
Bless you.
Come on down to Charlie Staples Pit Boss and enjoy some good old Southern style barbecue.
So behind every great musician is an absolutely excellent band, and Ken Friend and Groove Syndicate brings it. They're gonna bring it tonight in just a few minutes with Paul Brown. This is Ken Friend. What's happening, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. Yeah. Who are the members of your band, man?
It's my man, brother Casey Square. That's my little brother, DeMarcus Vincent.
DeMarcus was rocking the drums. You were holding it down from one drummer to another. He had the heartbeat and the clock.
I appreciate that, brother.
For
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you, man.
So you guys go all over
Yes.
touring with major artists, making it happen. What's that like?
It's a blessing, you know, be able to do it and do it with the people you love and care for and trust. These dudes is my family for sure.
Yeah.
So that makes it better, a lot better.
So I'm gonna ask you two questions then. What is the most rewarding experiences of touring like that?
Well, I would say doing it with your brothers, spending time, doing what you love to do on the stage of this, whatever magnitude it is. But you know, when you get to travel the world and do what you love to do, man, to me, that's a blessing.
Absolutely. Well, let's flip it. What is the most challenging experience of touring that you?
Probably being away from your family, probably the most challenging thing.
Sure.
And you know, just the vigor of the road. You know, all the travel, you know, especially on and off planes, different cities, time zones, that kind of thing. So. You know, just the constant moving around, but it's still a blessing at the same time.
Yeah. Life still goes on when you're on the road. Life don't stop because you're on the road.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So is this the first time with Paul Brown, or how many times have you performed with him?
We've been with him a handful of times.
Yes, sir.
It's real good. Paul is great.
Excellent. Well, we were checking out the sound check. You guys are mighty. This is going to be an excellent show. Thank you for visiting us in Youngstown.
Thank you, brother.
Peace and blessings to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Paul is a wonderfully talented guitarist, composer, and a super producer extraordinaire. He's a multi-Grammy Award nominee, a two-time Grammy Award winner. He's produced and worked with, and you really have to capture these names, George Benson, oh yeah, Luther Vandross, Peter White, Norman Brown, Al Jarreau, Boney James, and that's the small list. Many, many more.
SmoothJazzMixes.com. This is Reggie, the Jazz Man Mitchell. He is the MC for tonight. And not only does he look dapper, but wait till he talks. His voice. What's happening, man?
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Now, so you have this excellent podcast that's been running strong now. For how many years?
14 years now.
14 years.
14 years.
Yeah, and so obviously you love jazz.
Oh yeah, I love jazz. Absolutely.
So how are you connected with Touch of Class Productions with Sharon and Fritz?
Wow. Well, I actually met Sharon by airing her music on my podcast.
Okay.
And so that was quite a few years ago. But since then, we've crossed paths a few times. I've done some business with Fritz.
Okay.
Went to MC some shows with him in another city. at the legendary Birchmere
Excellent.
in Washington, D.C. That was an excellent time. And so for this event, they called me in and said, would you mind contributing? And I said, absolutely.
That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So other than your debonair style, what else do you need to truly MC a show?
Well, you know what? It always helps to get a feel for the artist. You have to do your homework. You have to know who you're representing, how to represent them, what are their career highlights, accolades, accomplishments, anything current. And you have to bring some of your own energy and warm it up for them a little bit. You know,
Absolutely.
get the crowd interacting and just get the show. You're part of the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you get off to a good start.
Very cool. I know without a doubt that you're going to set it right. It happens in just a few minutes. This is Reggie, the Jazz Man Mitchell. Peace and blessings to you.
Absolutely. All right.
All right. With 77 #1 hits on radio's contemporary jazz, this is the man. And when I say the man, I don't mean the man. I mean, this is Paul Brown. Now, we've already talked on the podcast, but here we are. Now,
Between two plants. Wait.
between two plants and a young lady named Debbie Larson, who is joining us.
That's spiritual.
Paul's spiritual advisor, all the way from Youngstown Click. Okay, that's how that works here in the Yo. But Paul, tonight, man, we welcome you with open arms. We heard the sound check. Fantastic. Tell me who you brought with you, man.
We got some guys from DC, DeMarcus on drums and Ken Friend on bass. I don't know the keyboards player's name, and Brad Collins on sax and vocals. He's incredible.
Wow.
And I've done a few shows with Sharon, and
Yeah.
she's going to sing a few songs, so it's going to be really, really nice.
So what do you think, man? Youngstown, Ohio is your first time, and you're going to just lay the house flat.
I'm thinking about moving here, honestly.
That's good. We'd love to have you. My wife is a realtor, in fact, so, you know, we can hook that up.
Perfect.
I got a spiritual advisor, I got a realtor. I'm almost set.
We're absolutely ready for you. Now, let me ask you this question. With respect to all of the production that you've had, over 300 CDs or so, do you prefer production over performance, or is it something totally different?
Yeah, I enjoy all of it, you know. And these days, if you're going to try and make a living in the music business, you pretty much have to do everything, you know, master and write and arrange and produce and mix. And so I like doing all of it. And playing live just sort of, you know, brings legitimacy to everything that you do. It's just as a musician, and you get to meet people and get the response from the audience. It's a whole different experience than being in the studio, obviously. And I just like them all. So.
And you get to have a spiritual advisor.
Exactly. I have one in my studio as well, a couple actually. Depending on what kind of music I'm doing, you know. Sometimes I need more spiritual advice than other times, obviously.
Absolutely. Well, we're so grateful that you're here, man. It's going to be a great show. Thank you for bringing your spirit to the Youngstown area, brother. God bless.
We're going to do a little something called the Funky Joint.
How did you enjoy the show? It was awesome. It was awesome. You know, I started getting into jazz, and you know what? It's just a beautiful thing. It takes you to a whole nother, not only level, but you know, it just takes you someplace when you hear that.
How would you describe it to those who missed it tonight?
They missed a great opportunity here in Youngstown. Don't have to go far. They missed a great opportunity. And the last two shows, beautiful.
So obviously, Youngstown loves its jazz. How would you describe jazz real quick? What does it do to you when you listen to a good jazz song?
Well, jazz music is the actual soul speaking through an instrument. That's how I see it. Your soul is actually crying out through an instrument, either happy, sad, whatever it is, it's your soul talking. And that's what jazz is to me.
Sam Miller. Sam, did you enjoy tonight's show?
It was wonderful. Loved it.
I love it. I could tell by the smile on your face.
Yeah, it was great. The guitar work was great. Sharon Rae North was great. I love that sax player. He was dancing the whole time.
Fantastic.
And great voice.
He was
yeah, we loved it.
Did you know he had 77 number one hits?
Never knew that, though. No, I didn't know he had 77 hits. Yes.
So, you thoroughly enjoyed tonight. Did you have a favorite part?
The whole show was good. Everything. It was just a fantastic show.
I explained tonight was just electrifying. You know, there was maybe one or two slow cuts, but everything else had energy. Everybody was clapping and smiling, and they just put on a great show tonight.
Can you feel it?
What was your favorite part of tonight? Did you have a favorite song?
Well, the guitarist is outstanding. Paul was excellent tonight. And the singing was really good. So I was happy.
Two shots.
Paul Brown, I used to play some of his songs when I was a disc jockey at BBW Radio. So Funky Joint brought me back. That was just awesome. So I'm sitting up there grooving along with everybody else.
So you're a longtime Paul Brown fan?
A longtime Paul Brown and a longtime Sharon Rae North fan.
So these guys drove all the way from Richmond, DC, etc. Let's see how good they really are. 5 shots. 5 shot.
How did you enjoy tonight's show?
Oh, I loved it.
Did you?
Absolutely, yeah. Big Paul Brown fan.
Oh, okay, so you're a longtime Paul Brown fan.
Absolutely. Came all the way from Cleveland, Ohio, because I know he doesn't get out this way this much, so and it's my first time here, so I really appreciate you guys doing this.
Wow, that's amazing. What is your favorite song? He performed quite a few songs tonight that was just so moving. What's your favorite?
Sugarfish.
Did you know that it was named after his favorite sushi restaurant?
Did not. I didn't know.
Now you know. Now you know. Would you recommend to those watching the summer sessions?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is a great thing. Please come out and support it.